Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Radio Commander. This game was developed by Console Labs SA and Serious Sim, and published by Playway SA, and released back on December 18th, 2020 for a price of $14.99. So I'm playing on a brand new account here, just to kind of show super early in the game. A little bit about the game, because I don't want to ruin the story in case it's something you're interested in diving into. So, what is Radio Commander? In Radio Commander, you play as a radio commander during the late 60s in Vietnam, where you are progressing and giving orders to troops on a battlefield. Now, the kicker to this game is you do everything in this game from the safety of your little radio, bunker, tent, camp, cabin type thing here. You control everything and fully function in the game by using a radio to communicate with troops that you have on the ground. You can talk to your various platoons, give them orders, ask for status checks, and then based on what they tell you, you can then move your little icons here around the map to kind of hold positions and know where they are, so that when they do report things such as enemy units or incoming fire, you have to make sure you're staying up to date on all your radio communications. Because if you're not staying up to date on your communications, you're not going to be able to really control things very well. Now, the way you track everything is you can use these little tile markers here on the side of your screen. You can click on things, get status updates on your missions, or get different indicator markers based on friendly enemy units, unknown units, and where different troop positions are. And you have to really listen to what your basically radio counterpart on the other team is in your platoon, as they give you information about like their fight statuses, and you send communications back and forth. You do everything here, so you have to play an entire tactical strategy game in a way without knowing really what's going on or anything on the battlefield. This is a combat game, but this is a combat game unlike any other game where you are not simply in control at the levels you think you are. Now, you can run through many different tutorials and kind of get a good base walkthrough, but I will let you know this game does have a pretty steep learning curve. It is not going to be the most simplest game for you to dive into, and frankly, it is going to be a little challenging. I do think from my just my experience with the game, I think it is a little bit stale with what's here because of really the lack of any type of visuals. I would love to have visual representation of maybe the fights going on or like neat little imagery timelining things, but all we really have here is a radio and your friend on the other side, and you're just hoping that they don't die. You're going to play across many different battlefields and have many different maps, and you can fast forward time if you want. Actually, sorry, negate that. That doesn't appear to be doing it. But like it's pretty much all that's really here in the game. Now, ultimately, if you want to just let your guys not deal with anything, you can just chit chat on the side and kind of build rapport and a relationship with them. But ultimately, you have to just try to keep them alive and do so in the best way possible. You do get a little bit of witty comeback back and forth between you and the platoons that you talk to, but for the most part, it's kind of dry humor. I don't think there's a whole lot going on there. And really, when you do get into the fights, it's it's pretty stale. You're just moving these little icons markers around, wondering if you're doing the right things, and hoping to accomplish tasks the proper way. Overall, though, I think the game it's okay if you are a Vietnam maybe enthusiast or really big war buff enthusiast, but there's not a lot going on here, especially when it comes in at a price of $15, and you have to heavily rely on just information and reading. It's not a lot of gameplay. It's more probably designed for people who like the board game Risk, but if you were playing the game with somebody during a pandemic on the other side of the world and they had to tell you where to move your pieces, that's kind of my best description of Radio Commander. You're just moving little tiles and hoping that all the decisions you're communicating and telling people when to fight are the right things to do. Now, you can tell people to engage areas and move into different positions, but it is ultimately however you want to do it. Now, the game does offer a bunch of different difficulty presets. You can have like things like unlimited ammo, skip dialogues, tutorials, set things to be a little more realistic. It's kind of up to you how you want to do that. As well, if we go back down to the main menu here, you can do custom missions, quick battles, There's a tips and kind of guide thing here, so kind of make things a little easier for you, but it is still a pretty steep learning curve. If you guys do want to pick the game up, we do have a link down in the description. If I had to give this game any type of rating, honestly, I'm going to give the game about a 5 out of 10. It's okay, but I definitely think there's a lot better games out there that you can pick up. But if you are a big like Vietnam War buff and you love like military history and everything, this game's probably up your alley. But I think the average gamer, this is probably not the game for them. So that, if you guys did enjoy this video, give us a thumbs up down below. If you have any questions about the game, as always, let us know in the comments. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you guys next time.